So hey all, afternoon. This is Shubhanka here from Quantsapp, and welcome back to another webinar. So talking about the webinar for today. So what we are going to discuss is basically the backtesting tool out here on our web application. So this one, the backtesting tool, we are going to discuss today. And also, if the time allows us, what we will do is we will also try to understand the feature of volume analysis. Okay, so that is the key agenda for today. So again, today's session won't be about I would say a directional movements or predicting where exactly and where there is an opportunity has been created, nothing sort of that. But what we are going to do is actually we are going to learn how we can use the backtesting tool out here on Quantsapp. Okay, so now, so the backtesting is available out there on, I would say, mobile as well as the web platform. So it is available in both of the version of us. And I would say majority of the tools are available on Android, iOS, and the web at the same time. The only two tools which aren't there on the web platform is the first one is Optimizer and the other one is Manager. Rest almost, I would say not almost everything out there on the Android device is also there on the web platform. Apart from that, talking about the learning part, as at Quantsapp, we believe, I would say, in a learn and earn kind of an experience. So there is a lot of content out there on our YouTube channel. So you can visit that. So all we need to do is search for Quantsapp. And there are a lot of playlists wherein the basics of FNOs, like the theoretical concepts, have been cleared practically using the series is in both Hindi. There is a series on in Hindi as well as in English. So you can go ahead and also go through it if you want to get and just about basics of options, like what exactly options is, what it is, what derivatives are, all those things. So there are total 22 videos in each of the series. And apart from that, there are a lot of learning contents, learning webinars out there on our YouTube channel. So you can definitely go ahead and refer to it. And there are a lot of learning contents as well, wherein you can go ahead and learn some out of the free strategies out here, like when a long call should be initiated, what is the trade. So even that can be learned out here for free itself. Now talking about today's agenda directly, so let's try to directly dive deep into backtesting and understand what exactly the tool is and how it works and how we can make the most out of it. And also I have backtested some of the strategies which have been giving us a good return. Okay, so I'll show you that inputs as well. So now first, what is backtesting? So now backtesting is as simple as the name suggests. Like it helps us in backtesting how our option strategy would have performing would have been performing in the past for a very longer duration of time. Okay, so now what is backtesting? Backtesting is simple, that we want to know if how our strategy was been performing in the past. Okay, hi, no sound. Okay, हिंदी में बोलो. Okay, स्पीक टू हिंदी. ओके फाइन. तो बैक टेस्टिंग जो है वो एक ऐसा टूल है जो हमें कोई भी ऑप्शन स्ट्रैटेजी हमारा बैक टेस्ट करने में हेल्प करता है. कि नाउ लेट्स से अगर हमारा एक सिंपल सा स्ट्रैटेजी है जो है लॉन्ग कॉल. ओके, एक नेकेड कॉल ऑप्शन बाइंग. तो अगर एवरी टाइम हम कंसिस्टेंटली एक नेकेड कॉल ऑप्शन बाय कर रहे हैं, तो वो पर्टिकुलर जो स्ट्रैटेजी है वो पास्ट में कैसे परफॉर्म करता आ रहा है वो हमें देखने मिल जाएगा. एंड जो बैक टेस्टिंग है कॉन्सेप्ट में, द डेटा अवेलेबल आउट हियर इज सिंस द इंसेप्शन ऑफ ऑप्शंस. मतलब जो डेटा है, कोई भी अगर हमारे दिमाग में ऑप्शन स्ट्रैटेजी है, हम उसको बैक टेस्ट कर सकते हैं ऑप्शन के इंसेप्शन से, जब से ऑप्शंस आया है. तो आज के वीडियो मतलब वेबिनार में कुछ उसी तरह का कंटेंट हम समझेंगे एंड समझेंगे कि एग्जैक्टली कैसे यूज कर सकते हैं. तो सबसे पहला जो इनपुट देना पड़ेगा हमें वो है इंस्ट्रूमेंट. कि विच टाइप ऑफ लाइक विच इंस्ट्रूमेंट वी वांट टू रन द बैक टेस्ट इन. कि हमारा स्टॉक कौन सा है, हमारा इंडेक्स कौन सा है, निफ्टी है, बैंक निफ्टी है, एनी एफएनओ इंस्ट्रूमेंट हम पिकअप कर सकते हैं यहाँ से. ठीक है. सो नाउ लेट्स से आई हैव पिक्ड अप निफ्टी फ्रॉम सिंबल पैनल. मैंने सिंबल पैनल से निफ्टी पिक किया है. देन स्टार्ट डेट एंड एंड डेट. तो स्टार्ट डेट क्या है बेसिकली, कि कब से हमें हमारा जो बैक टेस्टिंग है उसका रिजल्ट्स क्या डेट से चाहिए. एंड एंड डेट इज एज ऑब्वियस एज दैट कि हमें कब तक का रिजल्ट चाहिए, कब तक का डेटा चाहिए हमें। सो नाउ लेट्स से कि हमारा जो बैक टेस्ट हम स्टार्ट करते हैं निफ्टी के लिए, लेट्स अज्यूम कि 2019 ऑफ अगस्त, लेट्स से 1 अगस्त 2019 से हमें बैक टेस्टिंग स्टार्ट करना है एंड एंड कर देना है इसको आज के दिन पे 22 अगस्त 2021, ठीक है। तो बेसिकली हमने अभी तक क्या किया है, हमने सिर्फ बैक टेस्टिंग समझा क्या होता है, देन हमने इंस्ट्रूमेंट सिलेक्ट किया है यहाँ से निफ्टी, देन हमने स्टार्ट डेट इनपुट दिया है कि हम एप्लीकेशन को ये इनपुट दे रहे हैं कि हम जो अभी स्ट्रैटेजी का इनपुट देंगे वो ये डेट से ये डेट तक कैसे परफॉर्मेंस रहा है स्ट्रैटेजी का इन द पास्ट, वो हमें बता दे एप्लीकेशन। ओके, सो आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर बैक देन जब ऐसे टूल्स काफी कम हुआ करते थे, जब बैक टेस्ट करने के लिए कोई भी एक स्ट्रैटेजी काफी ज्यादा डेटा में स्टोर करके रखना पड़ता था, जैसे एक्सेल शीट्स के थ्रू। देन उस पे भी हमें अगर हमारा स्ट्राइक सिलेक्शन है, वो स्ट्राइक प्राइसेस को हमको मैन्युअली वी नीड टू फिल्टर आउट दो स्ट्राइक्स, एंड फिर उसका स्ट्राइक रेट निकालना पड़ता था, रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट, और आई वुड से स्ट्राइक रेट बेसिकली कितने ट्रेड्स प्रॉफिटेबल थे, कितने ट्रेड्स लॉस में गए थे, वो सारा डेटा काफी एक डिफिकल्ट टास्क हो जाता था इतना बड़ा डेटा कलेक्ट करने में। लेकिन यूजिंग कॉन्सेप्ट बैक टेस्टिंग हमें वो करने का जरूरत भी नहीं है, सिर्फ एप्लीकेशन को प्रॉपर इनपुट दे देना है, एप्लीकेशन विल टेल अस हाउ दैट स्ट्रैटेजी वाज बीन परफॉर्मिंग इन द पास्ट। ओके, सो नाउ लेट्स ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द टूल फर्दर। ठीक है, अभी स्टार्ट डेट एंड एंड डेट तो हमने बता दिया। नाउ which strike prices we are going to select for our back test, so we need to give input about that. So all we need to do is just click on add leg, okay, symbol is fetched, then we need to select call option or put option कि हमने call option में trade लिया है या put option में trade लिया है। Let's say call option, I am keeping it call right now, then we have bought it or sold it, okay, buy किया है या sell किया है, S indicates sell, B indicates buy, as simple as that. Then here is the most important fact over here, okay, so there should be a very detailed attention which is needed to be, I would say, paid out here, because this inputs अगर ये input में कुछ गड़बड़ हो गया, then the strike selection would get, I would say, mishapped, मतलब कुछ ऊपर नीचे स्ट्राइक ये हो जाएगा, इट वुड बी अ वेरी, आई वुड से, अ प्रॉपर बैक टेस्टेड रिजल्ट नहीं आ पाएगा फिर हमें एज पर आवर अकॉर्डेंस। नाउ द फर्स्ट वन इज यू कैन सिलेक्ट ईदर स्ट्राइक और डेल्टा, ठीक है, तो पहले स्ट्राइक समझते हैं। सो देर आर सम इनपुट्स, अ सर्टेन इनपुट्स विच आर नीडेड टू बी गिवन इन द वैल्यू ओवर हियर, ओके, कुछ सेट ऑफ इनपुट्स है जो हमें देना पड़ेगा यहाँ पे फॉर बैक टेस्टिंग टू कंडक्ट द रिजल्ट। तो सबसे पहला जो होगा एक एट द मनी जो कॉल ऑप्शन है, ओके, आई हैव सिलेक्टेड कॉल, आई एम बाइंग इट, ओके, बाय है सेल है, इट डजंट मैटर, बट if we are going for an at the money call option we will type 0, doesn't matter we have bought it or sold it, हमने buy किया है या बेचा है वो option, that doesn't matter, but if we have selected call and we want to give an at the money strike price input we will type 0, okay। फिर अगर हमें इन द मनी ऑप्शन बाय करना है, इन द मनी कॉल ऑप्शन बाय करना है, तो फिर हम क्या इनपुट देंगे, हम इनपुट देंगे -1, मतलब हम एप्लीकेशन को ये बता रहे हैं कि जो भी एट द मनी है उसका वन स्ट्राइक इन द मनी जो कॉल ऑप्शन है वो इन दिस सिनेरियो वी आर बाइंग इट, ठीक है, सेल पे रखा है तो सेल कर देगा, बाय पे रखा है बाय कर देगा एप्लीकेशन। -1 बिकम्स वन स्ट्राइक इन द मनी कॉल ऑप्शन, मतलब अगर लेट्स से एट द मनी है हमारा 15,900, ओके, इफ वी टाइप -1 इट विल कंसिडर 15,850 कॉल, ओके, एट द मनी 15,900 है, अगर हम यहाँ पे -1 इनपुट देते हैं तो एप्लीकेशन विल कंसिडर 15,850 का स्ट्राइक। सिमिलरली अगर हम -2 इनपुट्स देते हैं एप्लीकेशन विल कंसिडर 2 स्ट्राइक्स इन द मनी कॉल ऑप्शन, मतलब जो स्ट्राइक प्राइस सिलेक्ट करेगा जो 2 स्ट्राइक इन द मनी है, ठीक है, 15,900 पे एट द मनी है अभी, देन अगर हम -2 इनपुट देते हैं दैट इट विल इंडिकेट दैट वी आर गोइंग अहेड एंड बाइंग 15,800 कॉल ऑप्शन। Similarly, -3, 3 strikes in the money call, -4, 4 strikes in the money call. Now, then it depends कि हमें कितना deep जाना है in terms of strike selection. It depends how deep we want to go in terms of strike selection. Now, further, out of the money call options के लिए हम क्या टाइप करेंगे? Then out of the money call option के लिए अगर 1 स्ट्राइक आउट ऑफ द मनी कॉल के लिए जाना है, हम +1 टाइप करेंगे। 2 स्ट्राइक्स आउट ऑफ द मनी कॉल ऑप्शन के लिए हमें जाना है, हमें ऑप्ट करना है 2 स्ट्राइक्स आउट ऑफ द मनी कॉल के लिए, हम +2 टाइप करेंगे। तो लेट्स से 15,900 पे कॉल ऑप्शन है, ठीक है, एट द मनी 15,900 पे है। हमारा आउट ऑफ द मनी क्या हुआ? हमारा आउट ऑफ द मनी हो गया 16,000 स्ट्राइक, 2 स्ट्राइक्स आउट ऑफ द मनी कॉल। तो अगर हम यहाँ पे +2 इनपुट देते हैं, then application will consider 2 strikes out of the money call option, as simple as that. Then 3 strikes if we can give inputs as 3 +3, that indicates we are going ahead within 3 strikes out of the money call. Okay, so I'll just show you how it will work. Okay, तो अभी तक तो हमने इसका ही समझा है, कॉल का। I'll just show you how it will look. Okay, so let's say Nifty. Okay, this one is at the money, so ये option chain है, this is the commonly practiced option chain. Left hand side call option, right hand side put option, in between they are the strike prices. This is the premium, this is the change in premium and all those. Okay, but the important fact is the black color strike, the strike which is highlighted in black color, that indicates that that particular strike price is an at the money option. Green color is showing us in the money, purple or maroon color is showing us out of the money. Maroon color out of the money बता रहा है, green color in the money, black color at the money. Okay, तो अभी बैक टेस्टिंग में हमें कुछ ऐसा इनपुट देना है कि ये जो स्ट्राइक है 15,900 की, ओके, तो वो एट द मनी है, तो दैट विल बिकम 0. ओके, 15,850 will become -1, 15,800 will become -2, 15,750 will become -3, 15,700 will become -4. 15,850 -1 हो जाएगा, 15,800 -2 हो जाएगा, 15,750 -3, 15,700 -4. सिमिलरली आउट ऑफ द मनी कॉल के लिए 15,950 हो जाएगा 1 +1, 16,000 हो जाएगा +2, 1650 हो जाएगा +3 एंड 16,400 हो जाएगा +4. तो दिस इज द इनपुट विच इज टू बी नीडेड टू गिवन आउट देयर whilst to tell the application कि this is the strike prices which I want to go ahead and select, okay, for call option. So is the inputs for call option clear? Is there any minute doubt up till now? Like what is the input? Like there is, once we click on add leg, okay, so once we set our date, let's say let's keep it 2019, okay, or January 1st of Jan 2019 up till the current date. You can decrease it as well. Now add leg call option में, if we go at the money we type 0, in the money we type any value in terms of negative side, depending upon our strike selection, positive becomes an out of the money. Okay, as simple as that. So is there any doubt in terms of strike selection of call option? Okay, is there any doubt up till now? And if you are getting it, so you can post a thumbs up so that I'll get to know that okay, the strike selection logic is clear, so that we can move forward. नहीं तो वो बाद में it will give a lot of problems. That is the reason. Okay, very clear. Okay, okay, fair enough. Okay, now so now put option के लिए everything would be vice versa. Okay, vice versa मतलब क्या कि पूरा उल्टा हो जाएगा put के लिए. 0 becomes still remains my at the money. I have selected put. 0 remains my at the money strike. Then +1 will become 1 strike in the money put option. +2 will become 2 strikes in the money put option. +3 will become 3 strikes in the money put option. Similarly, if I talk about put options out of the money, then it will be negative. -1 will indicate 1 strike out of the money put. -2 will indicate 2 strikes out of the money put. Okay, so now let's say at the money है 15,900 पे. If we type -2, it will consider 2 strike out of the money put option. Now which is 2 strike out of the money put? 15,800. So it will consider 15,800 in that scenario. Similarly, if we type +4 over here, okay, at the money is at 15,900. Then if I type +4 and I have selected put option over here, put option select किया है हमने, तो in this scenario application will consider जो 4 strike in the money put है, तो 4 strike in the money put कौन सा होगा? अगर 15,900 होगा तो 4 strike in the money put option होगा 16,100 वाला strike. Okay, तो I'll just show you once again put का भी strike selection. It is basically the basic agenda of the option chain. Okay, this one. तो option chain में आ जाते हैं हम फिर से निफ्टी, ठीक है, 15,900 जीरो हो जाएगा. इग्नोर द कॉल पार्ट नाउ. ओके, इग्नोर द कॉल पार्ट, ओनली फोकस ऑन द पुट साइड नाउ. राइट हैंड साइड इज पुट. एट द मनी यही रहेगा 15,900. 4 स्ट्राइक इन द मनी, 1 2 3 4, दिस वन. So if we type positive 4, this strike would be considered, which is 4 strikes in the money put option. Similarly, if we type negative side on the put, मतलब negative input देते हैं अगर हम put में, let's say -3, so 15,750 is the strike which will be selected. Now this input will work same for each and every FNO script. तो backtesting का ये जो basic design है, this is how the input should be given out here. Now talking about the prices. Okay, so just an heads up, like backtesting tool as of now is an end of the day tool. Like in Quantsapp, backtesting is the tool which is an end of the day EOD data tool, wherein we can adhere the prices which are updated out here. That is an end of the day prices. मतलब जो price हम देखने वाले हैं आगे, वो end of the day price है. जो भी हम strike price select करते हैं तो उसका वो EOD प्राइस कंसिडर करेगा, ठीक है. दैट वाज द सेकंड पॉइंट. द थर्ड पॉइंट वाज बेसिकली वी शुड बी स्टिकिंग टू अ सिंगल एक्सपायरी. वी कांट बैकटेस्ट कैलेंडर स्प्रेड्स. एंड द लास्ट पॉइंट वुड बी, आई वुड से the last point would be simple, that basically if you are backtesting a particular strategy, then उसका जो strike price है वो liquid होना चाहिए. Basically you see a lot of times in, especially in stock options, the strike price doesn't even get traded. Okay, so it is considering LTP जो last traded price होता है वो consideration में लिया जाता है. If the prices, if that particular strike is not being traded, वो हमारे बैकटेस्टिंग रिजल्ट से हटा देगा. इट वोंट बी कंसिडरिंग दैट बिकॉज प्राइस ही नहीं मिलेगा, राइट. दैट इज द रीजन. ओके, सो नाउ लेट्स राइट, आर द स्ट्राइक इनपुट्स क्लियर? I hope that they would be clear. It is just simple as that, like the basic agenda of the option chain itself. Okay, so if there is any doubt up till now, you can post it out here in the chat box. Yeah, as I said, Mr. Mayur, the price is end of the day prices. Okay, जो EOD price होता है, that would be considered out here. Okay. Okay, so clear. Okay, fine. Okay, that's great. Okay, now let's try to first backtest a very simple strategy, which is a bull call spread. Okay, Nifty में bull call spread कैसे work किया है वो हम देखते हैं. So let's say I am buying and 2 strikes in the money call option every time. Okay, I will click on add button. I will click on add leg, call option, sell it. Okay, I am selling another leg, so I have clicked on add leg. तो एप्लीकेशन पूछेगा हमें कि कौन सा लेग आपने ऐड किया है. लेट्स से वी हैव सोल्ड 2 legs out of the money call option. Okay, call positive to sell, which indicates that we have sold a leg which is 2 strikes out of the money call. Okay, then start date, you can increase it even further. We will do some back testing on stocks as well. Okay, let's say 6th of February 2019 up till 2nd of August 2021, how this bull call spread would have been performing consistently if we would have executed it. तो उसका रिजल्ट हम देखते हैं. देन ट्रेड एक्सपायरी, कि कौन से एक्सपायरी में हमने ट्रेड लिया है. इज इट अ मंथली एक्सपायरी या फिर वीकली वन. तो लेट्स से वीकली एक्सपायरी में हमने ये ट्रेड लिया है, ठीक है. ओके, यू कैन सिलेक्ट मंथली, मतलब अभी ये जो एक्सपायरी सिलेक्ट करेगा इन वीकली, दो एज इट इज सेल्फ एक्सप्लेनेटरी बेसिकली, कि वीकली एक्सपायरी में हमने ये ट्रेड लिया है. ओके, नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज कि कब एंट्री कब लिया है हमने ट्रेड में, when we actually went ahead and initiated a trade. So this one is basically days to expiry, मतलब कि how many days before the expiry we have entered into a trade. Okay, एक्सपायरी को हमारा कितना दिन बाकी है जब हमने ये ट्रेड में एंट्री लेना है, मतलब हमने कब इनिशिएट कर रहे हैं हम ये पर्टिकुलर ट्रेड को. ओके, सो नाउ लेट्स से इफ आई एम टाइपिंग +1 indicates that we are entering the trade 1 day before the expiry. Thursday expiry है. If we type 1 over here, which indicates we are entering the trade on Wednesday. Okay. Similarly, if we type 2, then it indicates that we are entering the trade on Tuesday, which is 2 days left to the expiry. Now let's assume that we are entering the trade 6 days before the expiry. तो एक्सपायरी आने में 6 दिन बाकी है, एक वीकली एक्सपायरी आने में 6 दिन बाकी है, तब हमने वो ट्रेड इनिशिएट किया. वी इनिशिएटेड द ट्रेड 6 days before the expiry. Trade exit is basically how many days there are left to the expiry when we actually exited the trade. 0 again becomes our expiry day itself. तो अगर हमने expiry पे ही exit लिया है, we will type 0. 1 becomes 1 day before the expiry. Similarly, let's say 0, we will keep it 0. कि हमने जो exit लिया है, that is on the expiry day itself. Okay. तो मतलब अभी there was a good question which is prices. तो prices जो consider होगा, those would be Friday's end of the day price and Thursday, which is expiry day's end of the day price in this scenario. And then if we want to, if we would have had to backtest this strategy, okay, trust me, a lot of Excels would have been needed with a proper, I would say, with a very good Excel knowledge itself, because it's not easy to simply go ahead and backtest very, very quickly. So once I click on backtest, in next to no time, the application will itself tell us, and it will itself give us the reports of it, the results of it. Okay, how this strategy would have been performing in the past and all those things. Okay, as I said, this strategy is something which I have backtested, so I know it. But sometimes let's say अगर मुझे देखना है कि एक दिन पहले क्या रिजल्ट रहता, then everything will change over here and the change is going to happen in next to no time. जो हम चेंज देखने वाले हैं यहाँ पे, वो एक नेक्स्ट टू नो टाइम में होगा. ओके, सो हियर आई गो. ओके, so this one. Okay, so the strike rate of this strategy, जो ये strike rate ये strategy है, उसका जो strike rate है, that is 55%, which means that we would have initiated the strategy for total 118 times. हमने ये strategy 118 बार हमने ट्रेड लिया होता, जिसमें से 53 times हमें लॉस होता and 65 times we would have made a profit. Win count is basically the number of times if we would have made a profit. Loss count is basically the number of times we would have made a loss. Total count is basically how many times in the selected time range over here, this one, from Feb 2019 up till August 21, how many times we would have went ahead and initiated this particular strategy. So in this scenario, we would have initiated the strategy for 118 times, 118 times consistently. And the strike rate of this particular strategy as a whole is 55%. We will get to see the total PNL, which is 38,245. So this is the net PNL. Okay, net PNL means what? That if we would have consistently followed the process, the drill out here for 118 times, 38,000 is the net approx figure which we would have made while initiating it consistently for each and every time. Like we are entering every time on Friday and exiting every time on Saturday, Wednesday. Okay, 1 day before the expiry. Then talking about average PNL, average win PNL, maximum win, total win PNL. Now this is our average winning PNL, which is 3,200. Our maximum win was 5,700. So the max profit which happened over, like I would say, in this number of strategies, जो सबसे ज्यादा प्रॉफिट हुआ था वो हुआ था 5,700 रुपए का. जो मैक्सिमम नुकसान हुआ था वो था 6,020 का. मतलब the maximum loss was 6,020. Then we will get to see the average loss PNL, average win PNL, total win PNL, मतलब net, whatever the profits were. So all these, this was the amount which was totally in green. मतलब ये है total profit हमारा, and जो total loss है that is 1,74,000. And then this is the figure how we get it, the net PNL, which is 38,240. Profit factor is basically total win PNL divided by total loss PNL, and that is how the profit factor is calculated. Whether the strategy is profitable enough or not, we will get to see it via profit factor. Then further, what we can do is we will also get to see the cumulative PNL chart below, wherein we will get to see the day on day PNL, wherein it is showing us the PNL on 4th of September 2019. It is showing us the cumulative PNL of this strategy as a whole. Okay. So now on 20th of July 2021, we can see the PNL. But what I like is the tabular view. Okay. Wherein we will directly get to see the entry date is what the entry date is of the strategy, like when we took an entry, then when we took an exit. So we took an exit on 28th of July 2021. The net mark to market return of combined of our legs, मतलब जो पूरा स्ट्रैटेजी है उसने हमें कितना प्रॉफिट या लॉस दिया वो हमें देखने मिल जाएगा। जैसे अभी ये स्ट्रैटेजी है, अगर हमने 23rd ऑफ जुलाई को इनिशिएट किया होता एंड एग्जिट लिया होता ऑन 28th of July 2021, we would have made a loss of 4,200. Then we will get to see the data about the individual legs as well. मतलब एक इंडिविजुअल लेग अगर हमने इनिशिएट किया है, व्हाट इज द पीएनएल स्टेटमेंट ऑफ इट, वी कैन गो अहेड एंड डू इट। ओके, सो लाइक कॉल quantity, we can see strike price, so minus means we have sold that particular leg, expiry कि कौन से expiry में trade initiate हुआ है, and M2M which is mark to market return। okay, and then we can further export it via our email, we can export it to our email so that एक CSV file I would say और a PDF of the same result जो यहाँ पे हमें नजर आ रहा है in tabular view, that would be exported to our registered mail ID। okay, I would say that, yeah। But again, the idea is now if we would have we needed to backtest, now let's say abhi jaise I easily change the date कि let's say I want to exit, if I hold this strategy up till the expiry date, then what will happen? Okay, so we can go ahead and do it। so directly my strike rate improved by at least 10 percentage, my total PNL also improved, wherein the PNL which I was getting was very low as compared to this. This one is giving us a net PNL of 95,000, and even the strike rate has been improved. Then we will get to see the same data again, and the rest of the things remain the same. I would say that. Okay. So that is how our backtesting tool works. So if you have like any of your strategy which is to be backtested, so you can definitely go ahead and give inputs in the chat box। I'll guide you through with the same। like आपका अगर जो कुछ भी ऑप्शन स्ट्रैटेजी है अगर बैकटेस्ट करना है वो वी कैन डू इट। नहीं, it means 6 days before the expiry, it is Friday basically। so because it will ignore जो ट्रेडिंग नहीं हो रहा है, जो दिन पे ट्रेडिंग नहीं हो रहा है, it will ignore। okay, so if I show you, so this is the date which will be considered 23rd of July। okay, okay, so this one you see 23rd of July was 6 days left to the expiry, we took an entry over here and we took an exit on 29th of July। no, we can't use technical analysis out here, this is I would say on backtesting, but I would say with not a lot of additional filtration which we can do। okay, so days to expiry is not clear। okay, days to expiry basically how many days, so there are two types of I'll just refresh it once। okay, okay, so there are 2 days, right? Days to expiry, there are two columns over here। so first one is basically how many days there are left to the expiry when we are taking an entry, and the other one is trade exit, like how many days are left when we are taking an exit। okay, so now let's say if we want to enter a particular strategy on Monday, so there are how many days, 1, 2 and 3 days left to the expiry, correct? so we will give 3 as our inputs। okay, so let's say 3 days before the expiry means what, I want to enter the strategy every time when there are 3 days left to the expiry। exit is basically how many days before the expiry we are going to exit the trade, if I type 0 which indicates that I am exiting my trade on expiry। okay, then if I type 1 that indicates we are exiting the trade 1 day before the expiry। okay, that is the logic over here with regards to the days to expiry। okay, so is Is that logic clear? I would say. Mm, no, if I even if I type, let's say 4 days over here, okay. Let's say I'll click on weekly. Okay, if I click type 4 over here, okay. Let's say this one. Let's say I'll keep it very small. Okay. I'll click. I'll as of now I'll simply backtest a naked call option buying. Okay, just for better understanding. Okay, so this is your query, right? I believe 4 days. अगर हम input देते हैं, then what will happen? Okay. The prices which are selected, those are EOD prices and end of the day prices. Okay. So here I go. Okay. So if I see, because वो तो possible ही नहीं है ना, like if I give inputs to take an entry on when the trading, that is not a trading day, right? So application will not consider that particular day. So if we see, I have given inputs 4 days before the expiry. Okay. So if I enter it 4 days before the expiry, we can see it basically. Okay. So the price which was the strike which selected, the date which was selected, that was the previous day. Okay, जो पहला वाला दिन है उसका वो सिलेक्ट किया जाएगा. Then 16th of July, then every Friday has been considered over here. Okay. If I type 5, okay, if I type 3 basically, which is on Monday, and if I backtest, okay, then the outputs would be something else. Okay, backtest the same strategy on Monday, entering on Monday. Okay, okay, we'll do it. Okay. Okay. So this one, you see, my entry is 26th of July 2021. Okay. So if I show you the calendar, 26th of July, this one. So there are still 3 days left to the expiry. That way. Now, if I want to backtest, okay, so let's try to backtest the stream strategy and find out whether that strategy works or not. Call option buying at the money, okay, selling and two strikes out of the money call. Okay, I will type add. Then we are entering the trade, let's say 3 days before the expiry, exiting out on the expiry day, and let's try to backtest it now. If you all have any strategies to be backtested, whether it be stock options, whether it be index options, you can definitely give inputs in the chat box and we will do it. Yeah, so the net profitability of the strategy has been improved by 6,000. Strike rate is 59 percentage. We will get to see the win count. So 129 times we would have initiated it, out of which 76 times it would have given us a profit, 53 times it would have given us a loss. Oh, wait. So start date was very back. Okay. So let's say we will keep it the same one. Okay. August 2019. Okay. Let's say Feb. It was somewhere around 1st of Feb, which we started the previous backtest from. अगर हमें ये सेम बैक टेस्टिंग अगर हमें इसमें भी करना है स्टॉक ऑप्शंस में वी कैन डू इट व्हेन वी विल डू इट. No, we can't give input about a technical indicator. It will ignore this one. It will ignore the trading holiday. Okay, so here I go, wherein I'll get to see the same result. Okay, so yeah, we can do it same for Bank Nifty. Okay, so let's say if I want to bank backtest the same strategy in Bank Nifty. Okay, I will click on weekly one. Okay, I'll add leg. Okay. Then call option buying. Let's keep 4 in the money for Bank Nifty. Add leg and let's keep it 4 OTMs for Bank Nifty. Okay, I will click on add. Then we took an entry 3 days before the expiry and hold it the strategy straight up till the expiry date. And at the end, we will try to also backtest one strategy which is, I would say, a straddle or a strangle. We will do it that way. And also, you can, yeah, here I go. So in Bank Nifty as well, this strategy has been working quite good since Feb 2019, wherein the strike rate is 55 percentage, then win count is 70, then loss count is 58, and net PNL was still good, which is 92,000, almost 93,000, wherein we have bought every time four strikes in the money call, and we have every time sold 4 strikes out of the money call in Bank Nifty. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, if there is any doubt in the I would say in strike selection or whatever we learned up till now, you can definitely keep me posted in the chat. आप आपका जो comment है वो post कर सकते हैं. Iron fly, okay, fine, we will do it. Okay. So instrument कौन सा है, like if you can also can we check investment? नहीं, investment का तो option नहीं है. As of now, तो we can't go ahead and check investment which we made on over it. Okay. So is there any, yeah, also like you if the quality is kind of disrupted, what you can do is you can just fix the quality at your end, wherein there is an option on the top right corner of three buttons. You need to just click on it over here, and then there would be an option of quality. Just set it to 720p. Okay. Okay, straddle and strangle on Nifty. Okay. So, but the idea is, when are we exactly going to take an entry in Nifty? Okay, in straddle or strangle. So let's say I am doing it as per my understandings. Let's say call option. Let's assume that we are every time buying, we are every time selling a call option. Let's say four strikes OTM. Okay, I'm clicking on add leg. So my sold leg has been added for call. Then I'm also selling a put option, which is four strikes out of the money. Okay, I will click on add leg. Weekly expiry. Let's take an entry on, let's say, 2 days left to the expiry, and take an exit on 0th day. Okay, and I will click on backtest. Okay, so how easy the tool has done the job for us, basically, because the same thing will take ages if we want to just check how the strategy's performances was. But over here in next to almost I would say in less than a minute, it shows us the result. Is it gives us a proper, I would say, approach and a proper report, I would say, wherein in this strategy, what we have done is we have sold four strikes OTM call, and we have also sold four strikes OTM put every time. We would have initiated this 129 times, 112 times this strategy would have been into profit, 17 times we would have made a loss, because as obvious as that, because in majority of the cases market is oscillating. So 87 percentage is the strike rate. Net PNL was 71,268. Profit factor is 161.66. Average win PNL is 1,600 almost. Maximum win was 15,000, whereas maximum loss is 30,000. Okay. Average loss, average win, and all that we can see it out here. So now, but this still the thing is, I don't know why a lot of participants go ahead and do such heavy, high risky strategy. Ultimately, your strike rate is improved, no doubt. But we are into market not to increase our strike rate, but also to increase our, I would say, PNL, right? So bull call spread being, I would say, being a limited risk strategy. Yeah, although the profit, and even in this, the profit would be limited, right? But in bull call spread, your risk is also limited. You are not going to face an factor of unlimited risk. I would say in this strategy, we would have got lucky. So let's say if I show you backtesting of Nifty, okay, let's try to do it. Let's say in the monthly one, okay, let's say monthly expiry में करते हैं इसको 2011 से, okay, Jan 2001 से up till now. Monthly expiry, we will give same inputs over here. Okay, let's say I'll give same inputs. Call option, selling every time four strikes OTM call. Let's say four strikes. Okay, I'm sorry, in the money call. Okay, add leg. Okay, I will click on add leg. Put, sell, and I will sell and out of the money put same time. This is the data from Jan 1st 2011 up till yeah, today itself, today end of the day. Let's say we are entering every time 5 days before the expiry, and we are exiting the trade on the expiry day. Okay, or else, yeah, let's keep it that way. Okay, let's say 5 days before the expiry, and exiting the trade on the 0th day. Okay, so now we have created a backtest. Okay, okay, so this is the result. Now there is no use, right? If we see, if we talk from a very long term perspective, this strategy has just provided us a net result of net return of 11,000 rupees. No doubt the strategy is fair enough, wherein it is getting giving us a return of 83 strike rate is 83 percentage, win count is 104, which is very good, very excellent. Total count is 126, 22 times we would have made a loss. Although the strategies, I would say strike rate and all is good, but still the strategy is not giving us a decent kind of an output over here. Okay. Wherein if I do the same result, if I do the back test of same bull call spread, let's say -2, I will click on add leg and I will sell the call option, okay, of let's say +2. Okay. And I will click on apply and we will click on back test. The rest the things remain the same, okay. Because in something like a bull call spread, a bull put spread, no doubt that strategy is, I would say, a lot of participants might not be finding it out too exciting, correct? Because there is nothing as such left in it. The like we just create a bull call spread and nothing comes out of it. So still you see strike rate is 62 percentage and total PNL is 21,570. You'll get to see the win count, loss count, total count, and all those things. So you can, the idea is that you can go ahead and backtest any of our strategy, any of I would say any of your option strategy. Then if you have already adjusted the strategy, then I would say that there wouldn't be a lot of things wherein you can go ahead and backtest. You can't do adjustments as of now in backtesting. Entry Monday, exit Thursday. Yeah, we did it right. We can't backtest an intraday thing. It is an end of the thing. Please strangle backtest 4 strikes up, 4 strike down on Bank Nifty. Okay. Add leg. Okay. So let's keep from there itself. Add leg. I am selling Bank Nifty's call. Okay. 4 strikes OTM. And then another leg I am selling it. Let's say put option, 4 strikes OTM. Okay. Entering on Monday, 3 days before the expiry, and exiting out on 0th day, which is the expiry day itself. I will click on add leg. Okay. I will click on backtest. What about adjustment? Adjustments we can't backtest as of now. What if we initiate on 1st of expiry month? Okay, we will do it. Okay, we can do it. Yeah, here I go with the result of this one, which is good. Like this one, if we talk about the strike rate and everything is good. Expiry. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we can do it. That's not a problem. But the only thing is sometimes monthly expiries not be that liquid, especially in the starting of the month. So what will happen is the application won't be able to consider that particular strikes. Okay, because it won't be traded na, to वो consider नहीं कर पाएगा. Can you check weekly strangle? This is a weekly strangle itself. I want to buy Kolpal August. What information backtest? Backtesting is basically, it can't be that like 1680 ka call kaise work karega. That is not something which backtesting is. But backtesting is something wherein you can go ahead and select your instrument. You can give inputs about your strategy and you can check how it would have been performing in the past. Let's say add like 1680, let's say, I guess at the money. You can go ahead and check how the strategy would have been performing in the past. Let's say we are, let's assume that 20 days left to the expiry, taking an exit on, it won't, let's say 14 days before the expiry. Okay, and I'll click on backtest. Both CPY, both P, okay. 4 strikes अवे मैंने जैसे मैंने बताया था ना स्टार्टिंग में कि it will include the 50 or 50 wala strike as well. Okay, so if I, so this is the result for Kolpals at the money buying every time. Okay, from 2nd of August 2018 up till now. We are entering 20 days before the expiry, exiting 14 days before the expiry. Okay. So these are the results. Okay. फोर स्ट्राइक्स लेकिन बैंक निफ्टी में इट इज स्टिल 100 का इंटरवल, लेकिन निफ्टी में देर इज अ 50 इंटरवल स्ट्राइक एज वेल, राइट? सो 50 इंटरवल स्ट्राइक वुड बी आल्सो कंसीडर्ड. Okay, so let's backtest a bull call spread on Nifty. Okay, in monthly expiry. Okay, I will click on add leg call option. We are, let's say, buying two strikes in the money call. Add it, and then we will add a leg again. Call option, we are selling it. बेच रहे हम call, let's say 2 strikes OTM. Entering, let's say 15 days left to the expiry. Taking an exit, let's say 1 day before the expiry. Okay, and let's say we will click on backtest. Okay, so I hope the backtesting tool is cleared. Okay, so this one, okay, so as I said, does not seem that good. Okay, itna lamba bull call spread doesn't hasn't proven that, I would say, good. 5,100, 5,000 is still net loss in last time frame of last 3 years. Okay, so is the backtesting tool clear? I'll just show you a backtesting on one of the stocks. Let's say TCS. TCS, I will click on yes. Okay. Let's say a very longer duration of data. Let's say we want to backtest. Meanwhile, you can keep me posted in the chat, okay, about your doubts or queries or any strategies which we have, because there is a tool left which we will try to cover very, very quickly. Okay. Let's say we are entering 20 days, let's say 17 days left to the expiry, holding it up till the expiry. Okay. Let's make it even less. Let's say 5 days before the expiry. Monthly expiry, TCS. Okay, we are buying again a same bull call. Let's say -3 call, adding add leg put option. Okay, call option. I'm sorry, call option. Sell. Let's say 3 strikes OTM. Add leg. Okay, and I will blacklist. Okay, so this is the net return in TCS for a bull call spread from 3rd of Jan 2012 up till yesterday, or I would say today, the current day, and we can see the tabular view of it. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I would say, is there any minute doubt in backtesting so that we will move and we can identify a key level of any FNO instrument using volume analysis? मतलब आप लोगों को अगर कुछ भी डाउट है या कुछ भी क्वेश्चंस है, आप पोस्ट कर सकते हैं इन द चैट बॉक्स, and then if the logic is clear, you can post a thumbs up. I'll take a small hold. You can also open your tools so that if you face any doubts or queries, you can post me out in the chat box. No, you can do it on the web itself. That's totally fine. Okay, so I hope. Yes, exactly. Bull call spread is more successful in stock than Nifty and Bank Nifty, and most of the time market is in range. Correct. No, we can't backtest something. As I said, we can't backtest something which is involving multiple expiries. मतलब अगर हम ये same strategy एक single expiry में, we can adhere to it. It will only adhere to a single expiry as such. Okay. Entry, yeah. So the delta में जैसे कितना delta strike है, let's say 50 delta strike है at the ये है, we can give inputs about that. Mr. Ashish, you can just contact us on our support number or support mail ID, just support@quantsapp.com. Okay. So now talking about Delta, let's say we have ATM call and put buy. Okay. Okay, so multiple expiries any which ways can't be involved. So now let's say backtesting. Okay, so we will backtest one last strategy very quickly. So let's say weekly one. Okay, I will click on add leg, then entry exit call an ATM call and put by 15 delta call and put. Okay, but I couldn't. What if we select beta more than one on bull call spread? Yeah, that is also fine. And you know what you can do is, Mr. Arshit, for that you can also find out the stocks which are I would say kind of the companies who doesn't crash that very heavily. Matlab something like an TCS, someone like Reliance, because those stocks net they are been performing good. So you can go ahead and pick up those type of scripts. Now talking about the last instrument for the day is volume analysis. So volume analysis is basically, you can analyze on what level, what is the key level where the very huge volume took place in terms of futures. So we are getting to see on any FNO you select over here. Okay, you can go ahead and check on what level the highest volume took place. Okay, wherein the orange line on the bar over here, graph over here, is showing us the volume, whereas the white dotted line on the graph is showing us the price, the futures price of the selected instrument. तो अभी जैसे ये जो बिगेस्ट ऑरेंज बार है, ओके, द बिगेस्ट ऑरेंज बार, देयर इज समथिंग मेंशन लाइक इन बीन्स. ओके, बीन्स है कहीं पे, वॉल्यूम तो सभी को पता होगा. दिस इज द नंबर, आई वुड से वॉल्यूम विच हैज बीन ट्रेडेड एट दैट लेवल. नाउ a lot of us might not be knowing what exactly beans is. Price तो पता चल गया कि white dotted line is showing us the price. But now what exactly beans is? Beans is nothing but a cluster zone of prices. Okay. Beans is not a strike price. मतलब 15,707 करके तो कोई strike price नहीं है. Correct? So beans is not a strike price, but it is level, or I would say a cluster zone of a lot of prices. Okay, now let's say 15,707 है. मतलब वो अभी ये जो वॉल्यूम हुआ है in last 3 months, the highest volume wherever the highest bar is, that is the bean, that is the, I would say, volumes. Okay, so now the highest volume took place on 15,700 level. So अभी वो exact 15,707 पे नहीं हुआ है. हो सकता है कि 15,000, आई वुड से 15,680 से लेके 15,740 के आसपास तक द हाईएस्ट वॉल्यूम हैज बीन ट्रेडेड इन दैट regime itself, wherein the orange line is showing as volume and the white dotted line is showing as price. So agar if we focus on this graph, if we see from this one, which is 3rd of June 2021, okay, I would say starting of June itself, 3rd of June से निफ्टी जो है, it is oscillating within this range itself. On the upside, the beans is 15,846, and on the downside, the level is 15,707. So Nifty, majority of the times, like if you would have focused on our notification, we had sent this few days back on this day itself that Nifty is trading below its volume based support level. Okay, and then Nifty bounced back from there. Similarly, at this level, we had floated a notification which is on this day, which is 28th of July, when Nifty was trading very close to its beans level, which is the highest volume which was being traded on Nifty. So, matlab, every time if we see Nifty is taking support over here and then it is bouncing back. Then again, there is some kind of resistance which pops up at the level of 15,850. Nifty is surpassing that level, but again it is having a dip. Then right now, Nifty is trading at 15,910. So tomorrow is a kind of, I would say, make or break kind of a level for Nifty. So this is the level which is to be watched out for. मतलब निफ्टी 50 पॉइंट ऊपर है अभी उसके हाईएस्ट वॉल्यूम लेवल से, एंड इतने दिन में हमने ये एक जो क्लस्टर जोन है अभी, मतलब जो 15,846 का जो बीन्स है, जो क्लस्टर जोन है, वहां पे if we see it is taking some resistance and it is having a dip again. So tomorrow's day would be a good day to be watched out for. वैसे ही you can go ahead and do it for any FNO script. जहाँ पे the highest lower side पे जो orange bar है, that will act like our support, and on the upside the highest, I would say, orange bar will act like our resistance level. So you can do it for Nifty, Bank Nifty, or any FNO script which you like which you want to participate in. So you can identify the levels based on the volume, the futures volume which has been traded. Let's say Reliance. Okay. So yeah, that is basically from the volume analysis. So now just to sum it up, what volume analysis is? Volume analysis shows us the beans. So beans is not, I would say, beans is not any strike price, as it is the futures volume which it is showing us. Beans is basically a cluster zone where the highest volume, मतलब एक प्राइस का आप एवरेज कह सकते हो इसको, कि जहां पे सबसे ज्यादा वॉल्यूम ट्रेड हुआ है, दैट इज बेसिकली बीन्स. So you can see for Reliance as well. Okay, so this level should be looked out for, which is 2100 level. Right now Reliance's price is 274. So this level is something which is to be watched out for, which is 2108. Okay. So yeah, apart from that, I would say if you want to go ahead with an pro subscription of the application, wherein there are a lot of tools. So today's tools, what we looked at is were not from an trading kind of an perspective, but these is something which you will be doing end of the day. Okay, whatever we did today, that those are the tools which are something which you can do it end of the day. Okay, अभी ये तो मार्केट में हम करेंगे नहीं बैक टेस्ट सब. So this is something which we will look at end of the day, जो हमने आज देखा. But there is a complete package, and I would say it is a complete hub. If we are trading in futures and options, there is nothing a lot which is to be needed, I would say. IV related things there are there, that is there out there in the application. Then I would say intraday thing, if we want to find out an opportunity, that is there out there in the application. Volume based levels are there, backtesting is there. Then to identify the strength of an instrument, built up tool is there, result analysis is there. Like it is a complete package, I would say, that for if we are in futures and option trader. So talking about the subscription charge, I would say, to the quality which we offer, would say the subscription charge is, I would say, we can see it directly. You can go to more section, and once you click on buy pro, so buy pro, a pro is basically wherein you will not get the order book data, you will only get the pro tools. Pro plus is something wherein you will get the order book data along with this one, which is the pro tools. So the application costs us 14,750 for an yearly one. The pro subscription. Pro Plus will cost us somewhere around 23,700 for an yearly subscription. Do you have a tool which shows us stocks are trading at highest IV? Yes, we have it, right? If we go to implied volatility grid, we have a webinar on it as well. You can definitely, the previous webinar of it, you can watch it. So you can sort it down as per implied volatility percentile, and that will tell you which stock is trading very, very high in terms of volatility. Now, talking about all are chargeable. Okay, there are a lot of tools which it is for free, like Synopsis, gainer loser, index contributor. Then Architect, like the which is a strategy builder, it is again a free tool. And apart from that, I would say that, yeah. So beans, yeah, beans again. I'll explain it once again. What is beans for one last time? Beans is basically, beans एक ऐसा लेवल है जहाँ पे सबसे ज्यादा वॉल्यूम ट्रेड हुआ है. Okay, let's say Nifty. Okay, Nifty will give us a very clear picture. Okay. So this one, if we look at Nifty, 15,846 is the level where the second highest volume was traded. So let's say 15,700 is the level where the highest volume was been traded. कि ये पर्टिकुलर लेवल में निफ्टी में सबसे ज्यादा वॉल्यूम ट्रेड हुआ है. बीन्स क्या है? एक क्लस्टर जोन है प्राइजेस का, मतलब जिसमें अभी 15,707 है ना. सो द प्राइजेस विल बी नॉट एग्जैक्टली 15,707. द प्राइजेस वुड बी समवेयर अराउंड 15,680 to 15,000 आई वुड से 740 ऑन अप टिल, मतलब एक एवरेज है प्राइजेस का जहां पे सबसे ज्यादा वॉल्यूम ट्रेड हुआ है, दैट वे. बीन्स इज नॉट अ स्ट्राइक प्राइस. ओके, बीन्स इज नॉट अ स्ट्राइक प्राइस. ये वॉल्यूम जो है दैट इज अ फ्यूचर्स वॉल्यूम. So the beans is basically the level, or I would say the cluster zone of a lot of prices of Nifty or any instrument we see. Can you show IV changes of ATM Nifty or Bank Nifty during trading day to see if crush? Yeah, we can go ahead and do it. Okay, we can do it. There is a tool which is charts. Go to single chart, technical chart. Okay, this is the commonly practiced chart. Let's say Nifty 15,900 call. Let's say 5th August. 15,900 call. Okay. Okay. So this price chart, the commonly practiced price chart has been plotted. You just type Q, IV. Yeah, here we go. This is the IV curve. Okay. You'll get to see the ATM IV over here. You can check it from here. It would be updated every 5 minutes. Okay. What the charges I actually had shown the charges. Yeah. Like there are a lot of two free tools as well. So which is something like Synopsis, which is again a very brilliant tool. Architect, well, wherein you'll directly can build your own strategy and just analyze the payoff. Then option pain gain, which will help us on the expiry days. That is again a free tool. Then there are a lot of, then ban list is something which again is a free. Gainer loser with an, I would say gainer loser is also a free tool. Then index contributor, there are a lot of tools basically which are again free, so wherein you don't have to pay anything. But apart from that, there is a lot of learning content out there on our YouTube channel, so you can go ahead and definitely I would recommend you going through our YouTube as well. There is a lot of learning content. So for some, I would say I guess I'll just pick up the name. So yeah, Mr. Harshit, this is the video which you can go ahead with, wherein we have discussed upon how we can figure out the stocks where the implied volatility is very high. So this is the video. You can definitely go with it. But apart from that, that pretty much was it from my side. So there is a small request. If you have liked the webinar and if you have liked all the efforts which me and our team puts in, so you can definitely appreciate the webinar with the like button so that it reaches out to more and more people, and also it will get ranked even up higher as per the YouTube's algorithm. And apart from that, for any doubts or queries regarding any tool out there in the application, you can definitely shoot us a mail on support@quantsapp.com. So the concerned team will definitely assist you upon. But I would say be a data driven trader, wherein meaning that it doesn't mean that if we believe on data, then we are going to get a strike rate or success rate of 100%. That's not how it is. But rather than, I would say, taking a chance, you should definitely be relevant much more on data, because gone are those days wherein everybody used to trade based on, I would say, tips or on khabar, right? So data is the key. Now again, it is not something a single day process, wherein assume that even if you go ahead and buy the subscription, it is not that wherein you are going to get a direct trade. Obviously, in, I would say, in our application, nowhere we are going to, it is not an advisory first of all, wherein you are going to get a target, stop loss and the strike price for your trade. But I would say if you believe on data, and hardly it is going to take in the live market, at least I would say 5 minutes maximum, I would say 4 to 5 minutes to pick up an opportunity, analyze it further. And we do conduct a lot of webinars. You can book an on-call demo wherein someone from my team will connect with you, okay, and will explain you the tools out there in the application. But again, nowhere we promote giving you direct trades with a proper target and a stop loss, correct? So you can stay tuned along with us, okay, for learning contents. There is, apart from our application, we do we have a lot of content which is, I would say, in general, so you can definitely go through our YouTube. And apart from that, that was it from my side. It was a great session. So we will meet another in some another webinar. So in case of any doubts or queries, support@Quantsapp is the mail ID where you reach us. Thank you.